This is Kenya News Update today. 3 men deported by the US are suing an African kingdom. They were sent to a country they'd never been to and locked up for months. Coming up, you'll discover how a US deportation policy created a human rights crisis in Eswatini and what it reveals about the Trump administration's immigration crackdown. Meet Orville Etoria, a man from Jamaica. He served his time in the US for a crime. In July 2025, instead of being sent home, he was put on a plane to Eswatini, a small nation in southern Africa. For 2 months, he was detained. He had no idea why, but here's the twist. He was one of 15 people sent there by the US government. 2 men from Cuba and Yemen are still in prison there 8 months later. Their lawyers say they've committed no crime in Eswatini. They are being held indefinitely. This is the setup. The US, under President Trump's administration, is carrying out mass deportations. ICE has detained over 68,000 people. And in a controversial move, they are sending some deportees to third countries that aren't their homes. Eswatini is one of them. The men were labeled dangerous criminals by the US. But their lawyers argue a crucial point: they had already completed their criminal sentences in America. They served their time. So why were they detained again? The journey escalates. The men filed a legal case. Not in a US court, but with the African Union's human rights body, the African Commission on Human and People's Rights. They claim unlawful detention and human rights violations. Beatrice and J. Ree, their lawyer, reveals shocking details. The detainees have not been allowed to see their lawyers in person. One man went on a 30-day hunger strike last year. He showed signs of organ failure. They are totally frustrated. They just want to go back, some home, some to the US. But here's what the Eswatini government says. A spokesperson, Thabal MD Luli, claims they are not detained or imprisoned. They are being accommodated in a secure environment while administrative processes for their repatriation continue. She says it's premature to say when they'll go home. This is the core controversy. 2 narratives clash: human rights violation versus secure accommodation, completed sentences versus dangerous labels. The impact is profound. This case tests the African Union's human rights system. The Commission can demand states uphold rights, but it has no enforcement power. It's a moral authority versus a sovereign state. The bigger picture? The Trump administration's aggressive deportation strategy is creating stateless crises. Sending people to third countries passes the problem along. It asks other nations to hold people indefinitely. For the men in Eswatini, the stakes are life and freedom. They are caught in a diplomatic limbo, pawns in a global immigration game. So, what do you think? Is this a necessary security measure by the US or a clear violation of human rights? Should countries accept deportees who aren't their citizens? Drop your take in the comments. Subscribe to Kenya News Update today for more on global stories that hit close to home.